Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird o' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5. Kapla. Welcome to Bed Life for Monday, July 17th, 2023. Yes, I know. I put out a video this morning. The wee hours of the morning. Well, I recorded it in the wee hours of the morning. It didn't actually go live until like 7 or 8 a.m. Eastern. But yeah. Sorry about that. It was a rough night, rougher morning. Thank you guys all for the ton of well wishes I've received. A lot of people clearly care about me and Mama Pray, and I was never did I think otherwise, but it was nice to be reminded. But it wasn't a plea for attention. It was an earnest request for help. Somebody out there has to know something more, have an idea. Now, a lot of people suggested moving into a nursing home, as nursing homes. Yeah. The reality is that that's not a reality possibility for a number of reasons. At the moment, to be honest, to be frank, we were in a nursing home for a couple of months. We, I don't want to say her name, but you guys know her, worked in a nursing home for decades. We know what goes on in even the good nursing homes. We know what happened in the last few years, and it was a disaster. Um, it's not there's no that's not an option. Sorry, but it isn't. And the other part is, even if I wanted to, I technically can't even afford it. So it's not cheap. They would take everything. Mom O'Prey wouldn't have a place to live. Mom O'Prey lives here with me.
Excuse me.
Yes, Mom O'Prey.
If we ever found a nursing home that could do a better job than we're doing right here, it might be an option.
True.
But I will say right here and now, as long as I am alive and able to take care of you, I am doing a better job than any nursing home or hospital. We just experienced one of the best hospitals, and they did not know how to take care of you. They were very nice and accommodating, but they let me handle it because they said, we never saw this before. What's that?
Yeah, it was.
They were nice.
They were very nice.
Your condition is so rare that even the doctors don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, that's really the situation. Like, there's got to be specialists somewhere, but they're not here. If this was something you could search on Google and you find an answer, we'd have it. So I appreciate everybody who wanted or tried to send me a quote unquote, I don't want to say easy answer, but that which is, you want to help. What do? You don't know anybody personally, so you search for it, Google or Bing. You read some articles. You follow some links, and you find a company that claims to have doctors that go to the home in New York City, and you send me that link, and I appreciate it. I do, but understand I've been to all those places, and they say, oh, New York City. They mean Manhattan Island. They don't come to the outskirts of Queens. Or they do mean New York City and Queens, but they don't have any of the real specialists you need. They have, a general practitioner, which is better than nothing, but I have that already. And things like that. But I do appreciate it. I really do. What that video is there is in the off chance you know somebody who deals with complicated medical cases, particularly people living at home and getting health care at home in atypical situations. And, maybe you don't do it, but maybe you remember, hey, your old college roommate, they were doing something like that. Or they knew somebody who did something like that. They were dating a guy or a gal who used to do something like that. And maybe you could ask them who can ask them who can ask the extra person, and maybe the right info could be shared and something like that. Maybe that's That was the hope, and it is the hope. I debated privating the video, but I don't think I'm going to do that. It is what it is, and the reality is I do need help, but and thanks to everybody who offered to donate money. This isn't
Indications
this
negative
isn't
at
that
this time.
situation that money is going to help. A Father Stump with a £2 sterling super chat. Thank you, Father Stump. Says F the nursing home. Indeed. It's good to think, hey, nursing home. No. It's not in this situation. They're in no position to deal with it. Okay, for me, I need someplace where they can have somebody, literally a one-on-one, which is something that's out there, but it's not something they do in nursing homes. No, LDG, I did not make it a short. I'm sorry. You're not the only one who suggested it, but I cannot take a 25-minute video and make it into a short. For one, okay, let's just let me rewind a minute. I appreciate that you want to help it, quote unquote, get more views or whatever it is, but I'm not trying to make it to get views. Yvette with a £2 super chat correctly predicted, it's a fake. It's a fake. You did it, Yvette. You did it, Yvette. And LDG with a gifted membership. Thank you, LDG. Gifted a membership to Stanley. Stanley got a membership. And yes, I am 6'4". That's not short. I gotcha. It's not about making a video blow up. It's not about making a video blow up. And yeah, I could get more views with a short, but what would I possibly portray in 60 seconds? Okay, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous. I don't need somebody who only knows me for 60 seconds is not going to be able to even begin to understand the issues I'm having. Maybe I'd get a whole lot of get well soons or, hey, where can I donate money? But it isn't about those things. It's not something a short could possibly convey. Captain Fandom Nerd with a $5 super chat says the best nursing homes are shitholes compared to being at home. They absolutely are, Captain Fandom Nerd. Indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So no, it's not going to be a short, but I understand what you're saying. Understand what I'm saying. I find it very hard to process. Yeah. And oh my God, 205 donated 249. Sorry, Captain. That came through. 205.
Indications negative at this time.
205 got kissing Dax. 205 donated $2.49 and says, for a lottery ticket, get the billions and buy yourself a hospital. Honestly, that's exactly what I was about to say. This isn't about money. The amount of money I would need for this to be about money would be the amount of money where I buy myself a hospital. And I make an apartment in the hospital. And it's honestly something I considered doing. Like I used to consider that if I had millions and millions of dollars, I would have made an apartment inside a mall. Inside a mall. When I first got sick, I would like, yeah, you know, it would be great as if I lived inside Roosevelt Field Mall in Long Island. And I could just take my bed out and go from store to store, hang out in the food court, and that would have been awesome. Then malls died. So then I said, you know what would be great? Is if I could live in a Las Vegas casino. That would be make an apartment in a Las Vegas casino. Now, the thought is I would make an apartment in a hospital. In a hospital, beautiful grounds, like a nice looking hospital, but someplace that had all the machines, all the equipment, all the doctors I would ever need. And I would say, you are a hospital doctor, but you're also my doctor. So you can see me wherever I am. So short of winning Powerball, I don't foresee that happening. But I will purchase a lottery ticket. Thank you, 205. And thank you again, Captain Fandom Nerd. I will probably also use your money to purchase lottery tickets for it's National Lottery Day, by the way. So yeah. No, purchase pot. Why would I ever purchase pot? Never have, you're right.
Okay.
Mama Frey misheard. She thought I was spending your money on pot.
Oh, you were buying me a new set of pots.
No, not buying a new set of pots.
That's good.
Either. John DeMarco, first in the chat today, says greetings all. Greetings, John. Mega Cropper says Kapla World. Kapla Mega Cropper. Josh Street says good afternoon. Karoga. Thank you, Josh Street. Richie Poole with a bunch of alpacas. Hello, Richie. Joseph Dredd says Kapla Birdo Pray 5. I have to run an errand. I hope you're well, Joseph. Jedi Bill says Kapla Brother Warrior. Birdo Pray 5 and hail Karoga. Kapla Jedi Bill. Sci-Fi Nation says greetings Birdo Pray 5, Mamo Pray, Stasio Pray, and fellow nerds. All hail glorious Karoga. And of course, God Emperor, Birdo Pray. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. Sean PRK, formerly Moxley, says Bird, Kapla Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well today. And hi. Hello, Moxley, Sean, Kapla. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone, the lovely Yvette. Yvette, you got to get well soon, too, Yvette. Mama Pray also sends wishes you well. Fully, until you're fully recovered. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Kapla, everyone, Kapla, Gorilla. Josh says, we the people want more Birdo Pray and sassy emojis. Sean PRK, I don't doubt it. Video James NZ, New Zealand perhaps, says, hey, Birdo Pray, Kapla, Video James NZ. Sean PRK says, from now on, it's going to be under one roof, quoting the opening credits. Antiderivative Jill, who played Doom last night on her stream, says, hello, listening while driving today. I hope you get the advice you're looking for. Thank you, Antiderivative Jill, and drive safely. And well done playing Doom. There'll be more Doom episodes on her overnight game streams. LDG Waves, Antiderivative Jill puts in a heart, a sparkly heart. The Random Menace is greetings from the future with some custom emojis. Welcome, Random Menace. Sean PRK's We the People. 47 Yorktown. Hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Josh reads his Bird just 1 week until Dr. Zoidberg makes a house call. Oi. Oi, Gavolt. The Random Menace is Weird the People. Sci-Fi Nation puts in some custom emojis. Professor Brainy Speck says, Kapla, Berto Bray, Kapla, Professor. And he says, you have nothing to be sorry about. Oh, but I do. I definitely do. Sci-Fi says, no need to apologize, Bird. You are asking for help. Yeah, maybe not with that, but Captain Phantom Nerd says, hello, of course we care. Thank you. Sean PRK says, we love you, Bird. Thank you. Sci-Fi Nation says, I would say maybe assisted living, but not a nursing home. In here, there's really not a whole lot of options. There's really no assisted livings in this area. Arabic Sanders says, Kapla Bird, Kapla Arabic. Words and Pictures says, Kapla Bird, love you. Thank you so much. Arabic Sanders says, hey to Captain Phantom Nerd. Stanley says, would a doctor who makes regular house calls be an ideal solution? Well, I have a doctor who makes regular house calls. What I need are specialist doctors who make house calls. And not one, but different types of specialist doctors. I need like a renal doctor, a kidney doctor. I need a cardiologist, which I have. I need, that's the only type I have at the moment, a pulmonologist. I need an endocrinologist. I need all types. Any specialist, basically, I need one. Stanley says, it sounds like a big problem is not being able to access care once you even get to the hospital. Well, here's what the deal is. I can go to the hospital. Getting to the hospital is relatively easy. The problem is, once you're at the hospital, it's not like they just take care of everything there. It's not like, oh, you're here, we'll do everything we can do for you. No. They're only getting paid, I guess, for what I'm going for. They're not there to try to find new problems. And they're not there to fix old problems. They're there to diagnose the immediate problem that sent me into the emergency room and to stabilize me long enough that they can discharge me, and I follow up with my own doctors regarding the issue. And they'll give me a report that says they found this and that, but I need to follow up with my home doctors. Now, I explain it to the people in the hospital that I know it's all nice and good, and 99% of people are able to make an appointment and follow up with the doctors, but understand I can't do that. I'm not going to be able to. These are the reasons. And the doctors say, well, yeah, I get you. They're like, well, maybe you could find a doctor that'll take you via telehealth. Oh, will you take me via telehealth? No, I can't. But somebody might. Somebody. Oh, well, does your office take people in stretchers? Oh, we're wheelchair accessible. So no, not wheelchair, in an ambulance stretcher. They're like, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see about that. Which means no. They've never taken somebody. They would know if they took somebody in a stretcher. So it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that. Stanley says, couldn't believe that facilities aren't designed to accommodate standard medical equipment. Well, the thing is, it's not standard to go to a office or a medical building in a stretcher. It should be. It should be, but it's not. Believe me, words and pictures, that's indeed. Sci-Fi Nation says, you rock, Mamo Frey. She sure does. You want to say, okay, whenever you're ready, Mamo Frey. The Random Menace says, are you out of your Klingon mind Do not apologize for the video. We all want you to be good physically and mentally. Folks, share the video and hopefully help will come. Thank you, Random Menace. Yes, Mama Pray.
Okay. Years ago, I went with a friend. They had an appointment for a podiatrist, but it was in a building next to a hospital, and it was pretty big. And while we were sitting in the waiting room, someone came in on a stretcher, and they took her right into the office. And we were still there when they brought her out. So I know that there are places. Now, this building had multiple doctors, and just from where I was, I would assume that the rest of the doctors had as large a space as the podiatrist. I could be wrong. But that was years ago, and I cannot find in this area. I say in this area because you have to understand the traffic here. Going, say, to Staten Island from Queens would be, if there was a place, it would be a really hard ride. But the hospital he was in when he first got sick, when I asked there, they said, oh, just go to the clinic. All our doctors practice in the clinic. I said, oh, can you make an appointment for a specific doctor? No, because the interns also practice there. It's like you make an appointment and you get whoever. Okay, I tried to do that, calling back after we got home. What clinic? Nobody knew what I was talking about. I've been to that hospital, oh God, every day for a year, and then he was back there again. Asking people, where is the clinic? And nobody knew where the clinic was. That's the kind of help we get. I've called many doctors in the years following. Can you accommodate a person on a stretcher? The one person that said yes couldn't do it. And at that time, he did not have the coverage he has now. So that also cost us $500 to get there to find out they couldn't really take care of him. Maybe if we were somewhere more rural, where when they build a hospital or a doctor's office, there's room. Here, they make the hallways.
Every inch they can save from a hallway is more inch they can charge for rent.
I mean, I remember first time I went to Arizona, I was so ecstatic about the size of the parking spaces in shopping centers. Like, there was room on either side. You could actually open your car door. Where here, you're lucky you can open your car door and not hit the car next to you. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm done.
Thank you, Mama Pray.
You're welcome.
Stanley says, I imagine most facilities have like one staff for dozens of patients. Yeah. And also doubts, well, Nerdrotic and Friday Night Tights, they were super helpful back in 2021 when I was looking for my cardiologist. Now, granted, the cardiologist I eventually ended up with didn't come out of that, but they tried. They really did. And I
do have a cardiologist.
The cardiologist is the one doctor I have that comes to the house. The one specialist doctor I have now comes to the house. But listen, Gary, he put it out there on Friday Night Tights. He tried his best. Thousands and thousands of people saw it. And I really just don't think anybody could do anything. I don't think it's a chance encounter. It's going to be a chance encounter, and we'll hope for the best. Hope for the best. Sci-Fi Nation says, Bird, since I already care for the missus, we would move to the city and help take care of you. No questions asked if we had the means. I appreciate that, Sci-Fi Nation.
Would you live in the basement?
I don't think he wants to live in the basement. Professor Brainy Specs says, greetings, Arabic Sonder. Stanley says, not bridge and tunnel doctors. I don't know what a bridge and tunnel. Oh, doctors that cross bridges and tunnels. Josh Reed says, sadly today, you have to be your own doctor anymore. I mean, if I could be my own doctor and get prescription pills and order tests, I would do it. As I can't be. They don't let you. Stanley says, can you get Christopher Reeves's guy?
We tried that.
The Christopher Reeves Foundation is one of the ones I attempted. I did make contact with, but first person never called me back. The second person never called me back. The third person called me back once, promised they would call me back again in a week. That was 6 months ago. Then they started trying to contact me to rate how well they did. I didn't have the heart. I didn't have the heart. Stanley says he was a big immobile guy too. Yeah, he was. Oh, you mean the actual guy who helped Christopher Reeves? I don't know who he was, but I'm sure I don't have the money for that. Jace Bales, Kapla Jace, says, hey, Bird, I work in the medical field as a RN, and I'll do what I can, but I doubt it'll be of any help. I miss hearing you rip Strange New Worlds apart. Oh, thank you so much, Jace. Honestly, I miss ripping Strange New Worlds apart too. I just don't have the energy yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Yeah, he didn't even have use of his arms. No, you're correct. And that's what I say. Like, I know there are people out there worse off than me, by meaning, full on quadriplegics. They have to breathe through a straw to work a wheelchair. I met one when I was in the nursing home. He would go regularly and do things. He would surf and he would parachute.
Jump
out of a plane. Yeah, parachute down.
He had a sense of humor.
He had a great sense of humor. I don't know how he did it. And then they were trying to move him to an apartment.
He moved.
He moved into an apartment.
He had help.
Yeah.
During the day.
Mm-hmm.
But he was alone at night in that apartment. He was a young guy, younger than you. He would come out in his wheelchair, blowing.
How could he get from a wheelchair to a bed?
I don't know. He can't.
Right.
They would have to put him to bed, and he would have to stay there till somebody came again.
Certainly not safe.
I
don't think it's legal.
I was going out of the building. No, we were coming back into the building once, the nursing home building. Him and I, and he said, oh, I'll get the door for you. And I looked at him. He goes, oh, I can't do that, can I? I said, no, I'll get the door for you. But he was like such an upbeat person. He was like 18 years old. And it was an accident that
Yeah.
put him in that condition. I don't know. Maybe he was on happy pills. I don't know.
Maybe.
But somebody in his condition does also not feel pain.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I mean,
He doesn't feel
right.
pain. So you have pick him up and move him around, put him up, put him down. He don't care. If you tried to move me like you moved him, I punch you.
And you have tried.
Uh,
Not me,
no, not Mama Pray.
but
But yeah, I the other problem is, while it's great that I have some feeling and some nerve, it's a double-edged sword, triple-edged. It's bad for my legs, and it's bad for the whales. I don't believe Canada is any better. Sci-Fi Nation says, don't private the video. It's an honest plea for help.
you got one call.
Oh, yes. Got a call from family. Stan Lee says he's green. Yes. The gift of membership made Stan Lee green again. Green again. Pop culture curator says, Kapla to pray. Hope you are doing well. I hope you get everything you need. My heart goes out to you and Mama Pray. Thank you, Pop. Mama Pray is asking, how are you doing? I know Pop culture curator recently moved to Arizona, and I hope things are looking up for you. I hope things are looking up for you. LDG says, I can't agree with that, Bird, but I get your point of view. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. Guess you didn't see the tweet on how to remove the heart on You Hate. I have the heart removed because I just right-click on it and edit HTML or edit CSS and do display none, and it goes away. I did not, if you tweeted about it since, I haven't read it. I'll have to check. I'm a bit behind on tweets today. Gorilla says, but why buy it when you got free vending machine drugs? Oh, I don't know where the free pot vending machines are. Yvette says, thank you, Bird and Mama Pray. You are so welcome. I hope you, Yvette is also somebody who needs, well, please send her your best thoughts, wishes, prayers, whatever you have. Yvette. Hakeem says, Kapla, Bird, and chat. So sorry to hear what you have to go through. I hope someone can help seize the video. Thank you. Last on the case is Kapla Bird. I wish I personally had more info to help you and Mama Pray. I will do my best to share your video and pray the right person sees it. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, the short version is, if you know somebody, is we need someone or someplace that deals with bringing specialists to the home or bringing hard cases like stretchers to a place that has accessible specialists, but more than just a wheelchair, that they can take stretchers and whatnot, and also be within, you know, a reasonable distance of my home. I can't spend 2 hours traveling to a place and 2 hours back. It just can't do it. Let me tell you, they have very nice ambulances, but they do not have very nice ambulances to take me to doctor's offices. I mean, if I call for an emergency, a huge ambulance comes and two relatively big guys or guy and girl get out, and the ambulance has a electric lift. They just put you up to it. They press a button. The machine takes the stretcher in. It pulls you into the ambulance. There's beautiful air conditioning. It's plenty wide. I'm not stretched over. There's a lot of room. There's room for people to walk around you on two sides. But the ambulance that comes when you have to go home, when that's an ambulance you call, that's not an emergency, that is the complete opposite. I mean, we're talking a step or two above a station wagon back. It's a van, and it is scary tight. Scary tight. It is.
I thought the door was open. It was shaking so much.
Yeah, and it has no, there's no, what's that called? Shock absorbers. There's no shock absorbers. Every bump, oh my God, you feel it. It hurts. It hurts like crazy. It's just a fucking disaster. It is a disaster. I don't. The ambulances got so much nicer to take you to the hospital, and the ones that take you home somehow got worse. They somehow got worse. It's epically bad, and it's more annoying because I know they're out there. I know the good ones are there, but you can't book the good ones to go home. Yvette says, thank you, Bird and Mamo Pray. You are very welcome. Hakeem says, Quapla Bird and chat. So sorry to hear what you have to go through. I think I read that. I did. But I hope someone can seize the video. Thank you. Last son of K says, hail all, hail, last son of K. Cam's Crash Course says Bird of Prey, hi Bird, Mamo Prey, and Sassy. I worked in a very expensive nursing home, and you are 100% correct. Mamo Prey is the mom everyone should have. Absolutely. Mego says it's smart of you to find some kind of arrangement now while Mamo Prey is around rather than wait. Yes, because Mamo Prey is going, I know what you mean. Obviously, we all know what you mean. I'd like to think Mamo Prey is going to get tired of it and decide she's going on vacation with LDG's mom. And they're going to go to a cruise somewhere, and she'll leave me.
Don't worry, son. I'll leave you a case of water in reach.
A case of water in reach. Thank you. And Sassy can train Sassy to.
I could leave 2 dozen hard-boiled eggs.
And 2 dozen hard-boiled eggs. Oh, good. Gorilla's Random Thought says, Bird, I might have a place Mamo Prey can call that specializes in rarer conditions she can talk to. And if they need to see you, we can UPS you there. So don't worry, we just put very fragile on the forehead. UPS is going to be going on strike in a couple of weeks. So, guys, if you have anything coming UPS, try to get it now. 2 weeks from now, August 1st, it is very likely UPS will be on strike.
I thought it was.
Last on the case says, I've seen what you mean about the stretcher, but on a smaller scale. Hospitals I go to for specialist visits, the doorways can accommodate a standard wheelchair, but not the wider chairs. Yeah, which is, again, the chairs I have are big chairs. What was that, Mama Frey? You had thought of something?
Yeah. It's just another place.
Oh.
What do you call it? What used to be Queens Hospital is now New York Prison.
Yeah. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, hope you smile at that last part. I did. Cam says, hello, everyone. Captain Fandom Nerd, Jedi Bill, Anti-Derivative Jill, Sci-Fi Nation. Cam saying hi, Gorilla, everybody. Mago says, if you understand the U.S., well, you can move to another state, perhaps one where they have better access. I pray it turns out well. Mago, that's the thing. I don't even know which one it would be. Fodder Stomp says, I find it astonishing that a disabled citizen in the richest country on the planet and in one of the major cities on the planet cannot get basic medical help.
Oh, basic you can get.
Basic, I mean, like I said, basic emergency, yes, we can get that. The problem is I need beyond basic. Okay, I mean, I could get my doctor to come to my house to give me an antibiotic for you know, a sore throat or a basic infection. But specialists, that's the problem. That's the problem. Anything beyond basic. Project Storytime says, hey, Bird, hope you are better than this morning. Any news? Not really. Nothing new. Uncle Rima says, I need pain. I need my pain. James T. Kirk. Indeed. Arabic Sonder, Kapla Arabic Sonder. And Project Storytime, have you talked to Odega Outlaw? Yes. Odega has been in Odega Outlaw, and I have been in contact. Thank you. Odega is working on some things. We'll see. Arabic Sanders says, Bird of Prey, you would think that in the modern age of tech, this shouldn't be an issue. I can see why it's so frustrating. You're in my thoughts and prayers, my friend. Thank you, Arabic. Chris Purzer's in the house. Kapla, Bird of Prey, and hail, Mama Prey. Thank you so much, Chris. I hope you're doing well. Joseph Dredd is back. Kapla, Bird of Prey. Kapla again, Joseph Dredd. Words and Pictures says, this might be a British way. I guess you would need someone in power who can find out the answer for you. Maybe write to state or local politicians. You know, somebody else suggested that too. I think it was Professor Brainy Specs, to write my congressman. You know, I guess it's something to try. I find it unlikely. I mean, my congressman is not AOC, but it's basically like it was AOC. So, I mean, I guess I could try,
Well,
but
you might have a shot if you don't mention you're a white man. Unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Chris says, Bird, if you're able to get into a motorized chair, and if Mama Bray can drive, have you considered purchasing a second-hand cargo van
Oh, shit.
with wheelchair access? It would give you more headroom. Chris, we tried that. We honestly did try that. But for the moment, Mama Pray doesn't drive. And even a cargo van with the extra height roof, I don't fit into well. And I didn't fit with we bought a van, a used van, years and years and years ago. Dado Pray was still alive. We got a very expensive motorized lift for the van.
It costs double what the van.
It cost far more for the lift than what the van cost. But the chair barely fit in. It didn't fit in when I was in the seated chair position, which I can't even get into anymore. But even then, I had to have the head reclined quite a bit to fit into the van. It was completely unsafe. But in the one time we used it, actually, Sisopre drove it. It was an epic failure. Thought the van was on fire twice. I could make it at the time, but I couldn't make it now. I was better off. This was back in 2010. I had more movement in 2010 than I do now. I could never do it again. And in the 15 years since, or 13 years since, Mama Pray doesn't drive anymore. And a van, they don't have the van. A van that I would be able to get into is probably north of $100,000. And even then, I probably wouldn't be able to fit in anymore because I can't, my legs don't bend. My legs don't bend to 90 degrees anymore. So I need like a full-size van, not a minivan. And a full-size van has its own issues. But thank you. But yeah, no. Sean says, hi, Bird, Kapla, hail, Mama Pray, and chat. Where was I? Sean Carter, hi, Bird, Kapla, and hail the chat, and Mama Pray. Thank you, Sean. Gorilla says, make Sisopre take care of you so Mama Pray can take a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, better off in a nursing home. Last on the case is Mama Pray should bop you on the head for thinking that. And 205 donated $1.49 and got kissing Dax. Says, you need to pimp my ride to bed. Right, Elon, that you just need a Tesla hospital bed. Not the craziest idea.
I'm going to interrupt again.
Yes, Mama Pray, interrupt again.
When somebody brought up the van, not only the escapades with the van we bought, but about, right before COVID, there was a van that had a handicap sticker on it, parked directly across the street from the house. And he had on the window Uber. Do you remember me going over there?
Yeah.
So I went over, the guy was sitting in the driver's seat, and I knocked on the window. And I said to him, excuse me, this is a handicap Uber van? And he said, yes. And I said to him, do you mind if I see inside? So he said, no, not at all. I said, yeah, my son is in a wheelchair. And I was wondering, if I said, he's kind of tall. And he looks at me, And I said, well, let me put it this way. If I can walk into this van without bending my head, because he's just slightly taller than me in his wheelchair than I am standing. So I had to bend my head a little to get in, but not much. And then, this guy was being really nice to me. I said, one more thing I'd like to do, because his wheelchair at the time was 57 inches from front to back. So I laid down in the spot where the wheelchair would go. It might have just made it, but without an inch to spare, And I said, I thanked him. And that was a Toyota Sienna. And like I said, it was right before COVID. And we never tried going anywhere after that. And now he's not in the same condition he was.
Yeah, unfortunately, quite a bit worse.
Well, your mobility is worse, but you're certainly not the size you were then.
Well, I weigh less.
You weigh less.
But
and you're not as wide and, but in any case. So, I have tried different options and I don't know. They told me this Toyota Sienna was like the largest outside of a full-size raised roof, lower floor van. And anyway, that was just another experience.
Thank you.
A crazy woman laying down in an Uber.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And we had that other mobility place come here.
Yeah, we've had places come
with vans.
try to sell us vans.
And that one you
Couldn't even fit in.
All right, sorry, I keep taking over.
No, you're not taking over. It's okay.
And I'm going to be around for another 50 years, so don't anybody worry about me.
Gorilla says there is the main hospital for the Mayo Clinic system that has specialists for everything in Rochester, Minnesota. But as much as Mama Pray keeps telling me about the Mayo Clinic, would they even take me like that? Just because they're the Mayo Clinic doesn't mean that they take emergency patients and give them the works.
No, to get into the Mayo Clinic is a long drawn out.
To get into the Mayo Clinic.
To get an appointment.
An appointment is it's not easy.
But if I knew 40 years ago that we were going to need this, when they were building the Mayo Clinic
in Scottsdale, we would have bought a house.
And they were all empty lots around it. I would have bought the house right next to it. But we didn't know.
Joseph Dredd says, if you tell your Congress critter that you're a diverse Klingon, they might help you.
Good idea.
I identify as Klingon.
You told somebody that once.
Mark Krause is here in Germany. We have specialized taxis for disabled people. But to be fair, I'm not sure if they're used for people your size. We have specialized taxis for disabled people too. I don't have a hope in prayer of fitting in one. Dan Ben says hi. And says in London, you can get a black taxi, and on the front there's a wheelchair logo. Yes, I've been to London. Your black taxis are nice, but again, they wouldn't fit me and my power chair. Gorilla says, Bird, they would take you, but you might have to sign experimental medical papers. Addie goes places with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Addie.
Indications negative at this time.
Addie is sending good vibes and healing chakras to Joe. The happy hippie haven will always welcome you. Dan, I deleted my last taxi comment, but you can get wheelchair taxi. Yeah, Dan, the thing is that just because it's a wheelchair taxi doesn't mean I could fit in it. Thank you again, Addie. Joe is too masculine for a normal wheelchair. Wow. Okay, Addie. Where are you these days, Addie? Bolivia? Barcelona? Someplace with a B? Moving on. Moving on to holidays. July 17th. It is indeed National Lottery Day.
Did you buy a lottery ticket?
Did not buy the lottery ticket yet. I can't do that on screen because I have to do it through my cell phone, because God forbid they let you buy a lottery ticket via a website. Okay, well, need to add funds. Okay, that was quick enough. Some might say too easy. Okay, Powerball, Quick Picks. Place order, confirm. The drawing is tonight at 10:59 p.m. So we'll see. Maybe I will not need the video anymore. And tomorrow, the Mayo Clinic will be renamed the Caroga Clinic. Okay. The reality is, even if I took the check of the 400 million I might clear if I was the sole winner, I doubt the Mayo Clinic is looking to change names for $400 million. But they might let me live inside for a few years in exchange. We'll see. Sean Carter with a $5 super chat says this is to start the fund to send Mama Frey on a cruise and hire Terry Farrell as Berto Frey's caretaker for the cruise duration. Now that I like. That I like. Although, you know what? I'm not even going to complain. I am not going to complain. We'll do that.
Scanning. Indications negative at this time.
Mama Frey is not really a cruise person. Yeah,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Not since what happened with COVID.
Well, besides that.
And with me.
Before that, I wasn't.
That's true, yeah. So it's National Lottery Day, so I just played the lottery. So hopefully I win. It's Global Hug Your Kids Day.
Of your kid?
Hug Your Kids Day.
You don't have a camera.
No camera. Mama Frey is going to come and hug me. Oh, thank you, Mama Frey.
Okay.
Sassy's getting jealous.
Yes, she is, because I was about to give her chicken.
Chicken for Sassy. It's World Emoji Day. Lighten your friends' phones with all the emojis you want. It's a healthy obsession.
That's my fingers.
National Get Out of the Doghouse Day. The hell is that? No one wants to be in the doghouse. This day encourages us to get out. National Peach Ice Cream Day. Oh God, that's terrible ice cream. National Tattoo Day. No thanks. I mean, I know people like them. I am not one of them. World Day for International Justice. Boring. Yellow Pig Day. Whether you're a math rookie or a world-leading professor, let's celebrate. I have no clue. No clue what Yellow Pigs reference. And finally, Wrong Way Corrigan Day? What? Oh, Wrong Way Corrigan Day. He was a pilot who famously flew the wrong direction. We celebrate the man famous for flying the wrong way, Douglas Corrigan. I had to find out about these yellow pigs. We celebrate the number 17 with Yellow Pig Day on July 17th. Although this may sound like a pork appreciation day, it's actually a day to enjoy the wonders of mathematics, and particularly the special properties of the number 17. Whether you're a math rookie or a world-leading professor, we have the mind-boggling facts and the history of Yellow Pig Day right here, with some super smart suggestions of how to make it a great day. History of Yellow Pig Day. In the 1960s, students Michael Spivak and David Kelly were studying math at Princeton. Together, they spent lots of time considering the qualities of number 17 and became obsessed with its incredible combination of simplicity and complexity that was recurrent in the mathematics they were using and developing. The obsession grew to desire to celebrate the number 17 with its own special day, and they created a mascot for the event in the form of a yellow pig. But they morphed their pig into a beast with 17 teeth, 17 toes, 17 everything, to encapsulate the passion for number 17. 17 everything? From its small beginnings, Yellow Pig Day has become a huge hit. Sure it has. Sure it has. I've never heard of it till today. I've never heard of it till today. Okay. Let's try Wordle. Let's try Wordle. Did Birdle this morning. Joe should go to the mustard clinic, says Addie. Anybody want to throw in a 5-letter word? A 5-letter word. Potato Revan says, hey, bud, you're in all our prayers. We're rooting behind you, man. Thank you, Potato. Revan. Thank you, Revan. Okay, well, I'm going to pick a 5-letter word then. If nobody's throwing one in, we'll go with Addie, there it is. Addie puts in penis. And we have a P in the wrong spot. Okay. Let's see. APRON. Nope. The N's already been used. Let's see. APPL. No, we already used the E. A front, a fork. Is that a word? No. A four. No. Already used the E. Cramp. 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 Okay, we got the R and the P in the right spot. That's going to be a tough one, I think. TR. Let's see. AEIOU. Troop. Troop. Okay, we got 4 letters. 4 letters. It's not PRROP. That's not a word. Droop. Droop. Could be droop. Could be droop. It is droop. We got it. Got it in 4. That one went quicker than I thought. Quicker than I thought. Thank you, Addie. It was actually a good suggestion. Kapla doesn't work, Chris. Kapla doesn't work. Revan says, lol, if I played, you'd win everything. Playing Wordle with a dyslexic. Joseph Dredd says 17 everything. That's worse than the Klingons from STD. Indeed. Indeed. I didn't ignore it. I used it. Took a little time to show up. Last on a case says the P was yellow. How appropriate. And then Addie said grape. I said, oh, wait, no, the E. Droop. Yes, it was droop. Okay. Let's go to Dear Bops. Dear Bop, why is it so hot? Well, hot. Why does the power keep going out? I'm sorry to hear your power keeps going out. I'd imagine it's because it's so hot. But why is it so hot? Probably because your power keeps going out. I'm getting a call. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Of course, I got a call thinking it was something to do with me. It was the health place looking for Sisopray. Dear Bob, I responded to your YouTube video. My name is Michelle Barnhill, called Fungi Perfecti. Order this Stamin 7 formula supplements. Yeah, okay. Okay, I will read that later. Dear Bob, I was sorry to hear about your struggles with getting proper medical care. Maybe you already looked into this. A medical service that apparently offers in-home visits in your area. Yes, I did. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate it. This isn't something you can find on Google. Dear Bob, I don't know. There has to be a way to get you to your doctor appointments. I agree. Dear Bob, I just don't know. Okay. People, I guess I should have expected this. Dear Bob, doesn't need to be used to contact me. Dear Bob, I have a serious question. Why is it that you are secretly a government listening device? Blew my cover. Dear Bob, if you could punch one famous person, who is it? And why is it Joe Biden? It wouldn't be Joe Biden. It would be Alex Kurtzman. It would be Alex Kurtzman for the win, for the knockout win. It's for what he did to my Star Trek, my beloved Trek. Okay, guys. I'm getting a message now from another doctor's office. I don't know exactly what it is, but I just got the fact that it's a message. So as you can tell, I'm pretty tired and winded, and we're going to have to call it here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope we'll be back to normal soon. I don't know when that will be, but we'll try. So thank you all. Kapla. If there's any updates, any breakthroughs, I will let people know. But I promise you, I'll let you know. But for the time being, it's just steady as she goes, and we'll see what's up. So thank you all for hanging out. But Kapla all, bird out.